Hello. Welcome to any combo lords joining me tonight or today if you're in a different time zone where it's daytime. In any case, for me, we're at the start of a new month. Well, the night of the first day of the new month, and we've just passed one of my favorite holidays, Halloween. Halloween's a fun one, and I didn't do a live stream on Halloween last night because I was hanging out with some friends, chopping pumpkins and doing Halloween-y things that I had to do in the real world without too much filmed. Although I did film some quite fun clips that will be in my next main episode involving some pumpkins. But today I want to share some pumpkins that I've created during the past Halloween weekend and the beginning of week, and also see which jack-o'-lanterns, as are called usually a pumpkin that you cut open and you stick some candles into so that it glows. Let's create an example of a jack-o'-lantern before we extend the concept. Now, a jack-o'-lantern here, this one, I wonder if you can see what that used to say. Well, you see, this used to say combo upside down. It used to say an upside down version of the word combo. However, it has now been obliterated. You'll see in an episode at some point before long why it no longer fully says combo and why the middle bits got obliterated. Relates to some fire and some wackiness. There's also some other, like I said, fun things I've filmed, which the best things that I film as rare footage, remember, although our live streams include a lot of awesome rarities, my favorite things that I work on are my Combo Class channel episodes, which have been doing quite well, and which is what I spent a lot of September and October focusing on, with some longer episodes on my Combo Class channel, and they have been doing awesomely. So that's something that took up a lot of my time, as well as personal issues that I will have to share in the future, but not tonight. And now I do have more time that I've been posting more shorts a bit again, and I've been looking into some more bonus videos that I want to film on random days, and more random days we'll be doing live streams. A lot of those will be mathematical and scientific, and I don't know to what degree you'd consider today's scientific, but today's focuses on the concept of turning which fruits can contain a flame in a way that causes them to glow, meaning we must hollow out the fruit. We must be able to get some sort of candle or flame inside it, and we must be able to not only hollow it out, but have some word or face or something within it. Now, to see a jack-o'-lantern glow, we're going to turn down the light on my computer, and we're going to light up this baby. Now, imagine that these gaps weren't here, and it actually said combo upside down. Well, you get well, this is interesting. Normally, a jack-o'-lantern, you just get the glow. Here we almost get to see a more cavern-like thing. The pumpkin itself is creating a cool atmosphere in there. That's pretty neat looking, actually, to see inside the pumpkin with the glow. I like that. Now, we're going to light up 2 jack-o'-lanterns, or 3 perhaps, that I have here. And then we're going to chop into some other fruits and see which other non-pumpkin fruits can we continue this tradition with. Onward to November 1st now, when it is considered Day of the Dead, so let's be respectful to any dead in case, if you want to celebrate. It's I believe, Mexican tradition. I don't know all of the details. Day of the Dead is one of the main holidays on November 1st, and it is a somewhat playful, while still remembrant of the deepness of celebration of dead people. And so, I've had dead people in my life. For example, maybe if I run inside on a break, if I get any requests for this, I will, if I'm inside on a intermission grabbing some water, I could grab something like some ashes of some people who were important to me in the past, who passed away. In any case, thank you all for joining me. I'm going to take a peek at our comments. We got the Magic Fellow here as well, one of my main helpers on Discord and on my chats. And we got some people who are quite into math. And we got some people who are saying that It's more toward Christmas time. Now, I will say that although I have celebrated Christmas with my family some years, my family is a little more Jewish than Christian. We don't firmly believe in the religious aspects of either of those, but as far as blood goes, I am about 1/4 Christian and about 3/4 Jewish if you go back to the grandparent level. Now, if you go before that, you can say different things. If you say, well, Jewish is based on the mother, not the father, which is part of the Jewish tradition, that's a different thing. In any case, my family has more often celebrated Hanukkah than Christmas, but they're quite similar, and we have even switched in a Christmas here and there because you hardly notice the difference. They're about getting together with family and or friends in a cold time of year when it's darker earlier and lighting some candles and such and giving some gifts. So they're quite similar holidays at heart. There's a reason they both land in the dark time of the year. You need some cheering up and some gifts at that point. Now, for this was one my friend made. It's kind of funny because at first I might not have put it in the video. I was more into like happy-ish faces. And after my friend cut these eyes in this, he decided, oh, I'm going to chop the mouth in it as well. And I'm going to make it sad because the eyes look sad. So we made a quite sad-looking pumpkin. And at first I was like, well, that's kind of sad. We don't really need a sad pumpkin in the mix as much. However, I accidentally gave it a reason to be sad. When I was doing a thing for the video where a large amount of fire was related to why this has some missing pieces, I accidentally put the fire in the wrong pumpkin first, and the lighter fluid in the wrong pumpkin. So I accidentally burnt his pumpkin, and so now it's like a little bit scorched on the interior. We put it out kind of quick, but I gave it a reason accidentally to be sad. But so now we'll light up this sad pumpkin as well. And there's even a third one. So these two I made yesterday with a friend here, my friend Max, who I kind of want to tell you the nickname that I often call him, but it's correlated to an old rap group that I've been in that I'm not sure if I'm ready for you all to look up all these names. This candle's not going in as well. We'll put this one in a thing. So we have some little jars for the candles like this one where I'll light it and stick it in here and we can see if it glows much. Now let's lower this a bit so we can actually see these more. And let's turn way down the computer brightness. I'm going to turn the computer brightness super low. So now you can see what these jack-o'-lanterns have to bring us. You can see cool, shining light through a cavernous thing. And they can last for as long as a candle lasts, maybe even longer. Maybe they're good at holding candles and contain the meltedness. But at least as long as a candle lasts, if you make your jack-o'-lantern right, you can have that thing chilling and just creating a great vibe. And when you go on Halloween, if you walk around, you see these on some porches, and I wish we saw things like this more days. Of course, this is once again an aspect of Domotro playing with fire in a way that he makes sure that nobody copies anything he does, because like, although what we're into with jack-o'-lanterns is completely safe, I might show you a clip later in this stream, and at least there's some clips that will be in the next episode that relate to if we put a little lighter fluid in the pumpkins and made it a little crazier. We'll discuss that part later. Anyway, there's a third pumpkin to light before we get the non-pumpkins. Oh, dang it, did this already, oh, it didn't go out, it just almost did. So, the third pumpkin I carved at a friend's house, and this one is also for an episode I'll make. This one's over here. I took a Uber back from my friend's house, like one of those car ride things where you call a car to get somewhere when you don't have a ride or whatever. And I called a car back and had to bring a giant pumpkin in the car, but luckily the guy was cool with it. Now, here we got the other pumpkin. I had it in a bag temporarily. they got hats. So if you're chopping a jack-o'-lantern, first tip is that you gotta chop inward a bit so that the hat goes, like, sits on it well. When we chop these fruits, we're gonna try and make really small hats because we're not gonna have much room to work with. Pumpkins are not just used because they're big and thick, or I mean because they're thick and like the right texture. It's partially the size. It's partially because they're big. So, you know, the fruits we're going to try and cut today are going to be a lot smaller, so we're going to have less room to work with. But anyway, here is another pumpkin that we can put in. Okay, there's not that much room on this desk. Okay, one moment. We have to clear a thing or two off this desk. There's a big clock. There's a bunch of other pumpkins. There's an overflow of apples. Okay. Taking a thing or two off the desk. Because, yeah, I still have a lot of other pumpkin-related things as well. Oh my god, I almost sat in the pumpkin. Here's a little... Oh, let me turn the brightness back up. Here's a little pumpkin. And, here is a medium pumpkin that's uncut. An unchopped medium pumpkin. We could chop today if we want. And here is one I did chop. We'll try and light it, that I stuck a candle in. This was in the last stream. This guy survived still. The 1 + 2 + 3 as a triangular number. Can you see that? Well, let me light it, then you can see it. 1 + 2 + 3 that as a triangular number equals 1 × 2 × 3 as a 1 × 2 × 3, or as one copy of a 2 × 3 factorization. So that one worked that we made the other stream. We'll balance that there for a moment. And now I will show you the new one I made. Oh, no, okay. I hope that's not still lit. Okay, never mind. No balancing pumpkins today. We'll keep the pumpkins each on their own level. I am going to talk with a lowish voice right now because it's the night after Halloween, and it's like also getting to be close to late. It's okay, it's kind of late. It's 9:40 p.m. So like once it gets to 10, I don't want to be bugging the neighbors too much. So we're going to try and get started with a low voice so I don't get too hyped up. But in any case, here's the other pumpkin that I made. It has a sad face there. I know I was criticizing the sad face and then I made one, but there's a happy face as well, because we're gonna have an episode about inverses and opposites that I'm gonna film a clip with this for. Might sound random, you'll see. Whenever it sounds random, I have a goal in mind. Now, like I've said, while I light this up, I'll note that my latest combo class main episodes on my combo class channel have been doing pretty awesome. The last 3 have gotten on the algorithm pretty nicely, which is really cool. The latest one about Connect 4, maybe more different audiences could understand and enjoy the topic of can you always win at Connect 4? So that's a fun one. Hope that I don't have all the people who subscribed scared away when I go back to a hardcore number theory episode. In any case, here we got a nice glowing pumpkin. It's hard to see them all, particularly when the computer light's on. So let's get a really good shot where I turn the computer light really low and just move it back. There we go. These are some jack-o'-lanterns, but we can try and make some other things into jack-o'-lanterns as well. Like, what if we try and make some different sorts of apple lanterns? What if we try and make some persimmon lanterns? And some ideas like that. Might even make a lemon lantern. So, what we're gonna have to do is find a way to get these in the background. We'll put these up here somewhere. You're gonna live there right now. That's working for now. We'll see if it continues to work. Can you even see it back there? Yeah, I hope so. Okay. Now these will go around here too. We'll go right there. And this will go in between. We'll prop it up on something. Prop it up on the mini pumpkin for now. Now, often you do put the jack-o'-lantern's top on, but we don't want to extinguish these folks, and I'm not sure how stable of candles I put in them, so for now we're going to leave their tops off. We'll also keep this little fella in the shot for now because it's not causing too much chaos, and it's, I mean, more like size-based chaos. Too much chaos occurs when the table's crowded. So I do have a cutting board here. I'm going to lighten the lights a bit for a moment, and we're going to look at a few different options for different fruits you can make a jack-o'-lantern. Now, a thought occurred to me yesterday, which was, well, we're cutting jack-o'-lanterns. In the fall, I've been eating a lot of a particular fruit that is botanically a berry. You know, last Halloween, I made a combo class special episode about, look up like combo class Halloween special on the main channel if you ever want to see me with describing how pumpkins are botanically berries and using that as a intro, like using Halloween as an excuse because it's a holiday about the biggest berries. A secret, nobody talks about that, but botanically Halloween's about the biggest berries out there. Using that as an excuse to discuss many types of fruit that are unknown to be botanically berries and some surprising traits when you're looking at the, you know, linguistics or science of what is classified as berries versus culturally a berry. So I was thinking of another berry that I like to eat this season. Another fruit that is not considered a berry, but botanically is. And this is a fruit that makes me enjoy the fall a little bit more than I would otherwise. When the fall hits, I'm a little disappointed. I prefer the summer. The summer is pretty awesome. You get all these fresh fruits, you get sunshine, you get like cool, all sorts of cool stuff. Spring and summer feel pretty full of growth and nice. And fall, I feel like I have to find more reasons to make myself enjoy it. Some people enjoy the excuse to step back away from the sunshine. I feel like I'm introverted enough as it is, and I like what the sunshine brings out in my mix of a little more introverted self. And so the fall, I have to find random things to try and enjoy about it, to try and put it on the level of comparably good to summer and spring. And one of the things, similar to how in the winter, you might say, well, it's really, really cold, but at least you get snow. At least you get this new, unique thing. Now, I don't actually get snow right where I live, but sometimes you get a tiny dusting, but it does not snow right where I live, but it's not far drive to get snow. Like a lot of winters, I will take some sort of snow trip where I end up in the snow a few hours from here. But in the fall, one of my favorite things, in addition to Halloween, are these fruits called persimmons. And persimmons are a trick fruit because there's these long, where's my persimmon? There's these long types of them. And the long types of them you have to like cook with or freeze or get at the perfect state of ripeness to be good at all. But the flat type of persimmons are so utterly delicious if you just catch one at hardly any stage. The flat types are, oh, so good and pure and simply delicious. I could eat these all day because, like, they have a subtle, simple taste. They're not overpowering. Now, I compared it when I was thinking about it to a pumpkin. I was like, hey, you know, these look kind of similar. They're orange and they have a green stem, or the pumpkins get kind of grayish stems, but a greenish gray stem. And the persimmon looks pretty similar to it. And I figured maybe I can make a persimmon lantern. Well, I guess that's where the jack-o'-lantern, I guess I don't know which part to substitute because neither of them are actually pumpkin. But a persimmon jack-o'-lantern. And I will say it worked very well. I don't have the persimmon lantern I made. It ended up at a friend's house. But I did film a very funny clip with that persimmon lantern that you will see in the future at some point. There's a very funny persimmon lantern clip. But since I left that one at a friend's house after I filmed a single clip, I figured, why don't we do a persimmon lantern tutorial? See how you could turn this into a glowing candle. Now, a lot of you might be thinking, oh man, if I learn this cool skill, I'm gonna have to wait till next Halloween to show it off. No, you can make a persimmon lantern any night of the year. No reason we gotta restrict them to Halloween. Perhaps we could make cool candled fruits be a more frequent part of society, with the very clear mention that you do not leave them unattended. Like, people leave them on the porch. That's already a little sketchy, but porches are like fully concrete, so it can't cause much mess. I will not leave these unattended here. When I go on an intermission in a minute, we're gonna have to blow them all out and relight them, because I do not leave lights unattended in the combo classroom. That is a bad use of fire. And some people see me do crazy uses of fire, of which there's some even crazier ones filmed for later. But know that I'm actually careful and I've never burnt myself in a bad way on the fire in the class. So, do not copy any uses of fire. If you do copy a persimmon lantern, make sure you don't leave it anywhere possibly flammable, like the dry leaves on the ground here, without it being attended. Now, let's make a little persimmon lantern, and I get to eat some of the persimmon while we do it. Now, first we're going to cut inward a bit, and we're going to cut inward. Remember, when you cut something, basic tip, but I got to share it, cut away from the hand. Like, I'm not going to cut this way because that'd be toward the hand. You got to cut away from wherever your hand is. So, cut inward a bit so the hat has a bit to stay. But we don't want to create a big hat because I want a lot of room for the face. I've learned that the candles, flames don't start right at the bottom. So if you put the mouth too close to the bottom, the mouth won't be illuminated at all. We need the mouth to be illuminated as well, and that means we have to start it kind of high up. So, now unlike a pumpkin, this isn't hollow. So we have to now go in the inside and sort of saw a little bit. And we can sort of saw. Oops. Oops, I'm sort of damaged it a bit, but it should be good. Saw our hat off. Now what we're going to do is we're going to saw a little bit off the inside of the hat here because we just want to tuck on and create maximum light. We don't need that part of the hat on the inside. We just want the, like, width of the hat. Okay. Now, here's a harder part. This is a pretty firm persimmon, not the ripest one on the block. So this is going to be a little hard, but we're going to try and scoop with a spoon out some chunks of persimmon, and I will be eating them while I do it. I'll be looking at the chat while I do this, by the way, and try and make sure we don't break through the skin and get as low as we can without doing that. Okay, it's a little sketchy because I had these breaks when I like cut it a little too far. So this side's very flimsy and like ready to cause a problem. Okay. Okay. So far, so good. Okay. This side has a little chip on it, so we have to be way careful with that side, and we're going to try and make the face on this side. We need a lot of room, but we don't have that much room here. So we're going to have to make a really small face. Oh, shoot. Okay. I have a pumpkin carving tool inside that will really help. I should get that in a minute. So I'm going to chat with the chat for a moment, then run and get the pumpkin tool to cut this. So somebody asked, do I celebrate Hanukkah? I kind of answered that earlier. Usually with my family, we'll do some sort of winter holiday, more frequently Hanukkah, but sometimes we've done Christmas as well. Now, somebody said radishes. Those are pretty tough to cut when they're raw, but we could try it. Actually, no, radishes would be good. I was thinking of like a turnip or something. A radish would be good, yeah. We could try those someday. Somebody said the only thing that worries them is the long sleeves. Now, if anything goes weirdly wrong, I have a hose right there. There's a hose that I always make sure is ready to go right in the combo classroom. I test it before my filming. So, there's hopefully not a worst case scenario. Now, people are saying yummy. Yes, that was delicious. Now, we are going to carve it. And what I want to do, I guess, is... because to carve the face, I need to grab a tool. To grab a tool inside, I need to blow out all the candles. We're going to take one more moment to introduce another lantern we will be trying to make at the same time. That'll be an apple lantern. And let's see the biggest, nicest apple of the bunch. These apples came from the front yard, and I'm going to turn them into applesauce. I have so many apples, folks. It is crazy. So, with all the apples... let's find the biggest one of the batch. It might be one of those. Yeah, it's going to be hard to beat one of these. These are pretty big apples. So we're going to go with this one because the only bug hole in it is near the top, which will make part of the lid. So before I run and grab the tool, because we're going to have to put that stuff out, let's semi-prep our apple lantern as well. Now, there is a third lantern we could make if we're having fun out here and these lanterns go well, and especially if people request it, which is a lemon-o lantern. I brought a lemon too. That'll be much harder, but we can try the lemon-o lantern if these ones work well. Okay. So let's see if we can get this one to get a lid off that I'm trying to cut around the bug bite near the top. To those who have wild apples once in a while, do not throw away an apple with a bug bite. The rest of the apples are usually good. You usually just have to cut around the bug bite. Okay. A little sketchy. I got a lot of the top off. But if we hollow this out, I think we'll have enough room. This, I'll have to scoop a bit out as well. Okay, the apple's not as susceptible to the spoon, maybe. Let's see. Oh, I'm going to accidentally eat the bug bite. Okay, let's make sure we don't. Okay, this part I won't eat because of the bug bite. Oh no! Okay. Okay, that apple didn't work. Luckily, we have many, many apples. We'll try again. Oh man, these are harder. The apples chip really easy. It's going to be a lot harder to make an apple lantern. We might have to have our second lantern just go straight to the lemon-o lantern. Now, good thing, I have this massive lemon that grows on my neighbor's tree. A lot of people are like, are you sure that's not some other type of fruit, like a pomelo or something? Well, a lot of the other lemons on the tree are normal, but it probably mixed with some other type of fruit, because some of them come out really weird or really big, and they have really thick skins. They're not the best lemons ever. They have like pretty thick skins. You know, I've taken a bite out of the biggest one ever. I'll show you the clip someday. Literally the lemon like this big, and I filmed a clip way back in the day of me and my friends taking a bite right out of it. And the first bite I took was entirely peel. I took a big deep bite and I didn't even hit the center. Didn't even hit a drop of juice. So this lemon will maybe have to be our other lantern. However, I think I should get that carving tool. There is a carving tool that I had given to me that was designed for pumpkins. It's not that good on like the little pumpkins I found because it was like too flimsy of a tool for these little hard ones. But big pumpkins, I swear they're making the pumpkins these days more hollow and easy to cut. I don't know if I like it or not, because if you wanted to use pumpkins for soup, then you would be like, why are the pumpkins hollow and weird? They probably don't taste as good either. They're probably, steering the process toward ones that are better to cut. But it is useful as a one who likes to cut pumpkins once in a while. So, in any case, I think I should go grab that tool. And what I'm going to do is have to blow out the candles for a moment. But they are all set up. I will relight them as soon as we come back. So for a moment, there's going to be a little darkness. I will play you guys a song or something. Let's see if I can make this work. If I can go to just the computer. Why don't I play you guys my new soundtrack beat? I'm not sure if I ever showed this in full or not. Maybe I showed it once. Maybe not the fullest version. I'm putting that just to see if I can put audio on it for a second. So, for while I do my intermission, I'll play you one of my beats. Okay, wait, sorry, I'm setting this up. I just want to make sure that I have this actually gonna give you guys audio. So here's a new beat that you may have heard if you watch my full episodes on my Combo Class channel at the beginning of the last episode. Well, maybe you didn't know that I make all of the beats in the episodes you hear. And I love making music. And here is a version that, forget if I've showed the newer version or not, of one of my songs. So we'll put this on for the intermission, because it's going to be pretty dark and boring while the candles are unlit. So, hang out while I play this beat for a moment, or go to the bathroom for 3 minutes and grab a snack. But I'll be back to cut some lemon lanterns and persimmon lanterns quite shortly. Okay. Okay, folks, we accidentally got into the next beat. Sorry, it took me slightly longer than one beat, but I did get a good pumpkin tool. Now I'm going to relight our local candles. For anyone new, I should talk quiet anyway, because it is getting a little late. And, oh no. See if I have my right stuff. Okay, I'll be... This work? Yeah, there we go. Relight our candles. We do have all the stuff, don't worry. And the ones in the background weren't adding too much, so we're just going to pick one friend. We're just going to pick Mr. Smiler to be on the sidelines right here in the shot. And the rest of them in the background will get their time later. Oh, this is hard to light these almost dead candles. Yeah, there we go. Now, maybe we won't see him for all of the shot, but we'll try and fit him in on the sidelines right there. And with our tool I got right here, let's start with creating our persimmon lantern. Wait, where was our persimmon's head? Here, cool. Okay. So, we're just going to make a smiley face to start, because we just need to demonstrate that we could do it. But if you're making your own persimmon lanterns, there's any number of things you could put on here. It is a little canvas, a very difficult to use canvas, but that makes it all the more cool when you can pull any sort of artistic stunt off on it. Now, we're going to start, though, with just a little smiley face. I'm going to try and aim it as high as I can, because we know that the candle flame will be high up, and we don't want the smile to get cut off, so the smile's going to have to be pretty close to the eyes. Oh, and let me check our chat. Thank you to everybody who's left random comments. I will reply to these while we cut this. People are saying grade -1 theme. Actually, the one I just played, well, if you mean the second one that came on, I'm not sure. The first beat I just played is one I made more recently. That was one I made during grade -2. There is about an album worth of beats that I used in grade -1. I released those to my Patreon people a while ago, and to any Patreon people, I do have more updates planned coming this week. Sorry for I haven't put anything on there recently, but a while ago, one of the things I put was the beats. But I will share those with our non-Patreon supporters as well. Okay, we're going to try and give him a little tooth. I don't know if it's going to work. See if we can get... Oh, no, okay. Whoa. Oh, no, we're cutting it really close. I made a bad breach, but we might be able to fix it. The breach might not be a problem. We'll see. Okay. I shouldn't have tried to give him a tooth. Okay. It might have worked. He only has one tooth. I was aiming to, if I had one, I was aiming to give more, but the one tooth does give him a funny look. It works. We'll see if we can make it light up right. Now, oh, what question was I answering about the beats? I will release those to all of you folks in the future, but also one of the delays on why I haven't released the instrumentals yet is I'm actually still updating the instrumentals to turn them into whole songs that I will be rapping/singing over. So be warned that that's coming and will probably be dropped on this channel, because despite this channel having more subscribers, this is my bonus channel, and the combo class channel is my main one. This is where music projects will probably end up. So, sorry to those who will hate that. But there will be some random music coming at various points as well. It will not be educational at heart. It will have references that if you are interested in math or philosophy or things like that, you will find more interesting. it is catered toward the type of people who, I mean, accidentally catered toward the type of people who watch my content, but it is not an educational project. It will be music made to hopefully be good music. Now, let's try and light this little fellow. And we need the smallest candle on the block. We need a tiny candle. We need such a small candle that what I'm actually gonna do is cut this top of this candle off. Sorry, candle, we're just going to cut the top of it off. Is it even gonna work, or is the wick not gonna be cut? Okay, there, yeah. Okay, is this gonna work? I just cut the top of the candle off. We're gonna try and see if that'll work in here. Okay. Because my goal is, if you can put the lid on, then you really made a solid jack-o'-lantern. If it can stay lit with the lid on, you might need to make the lid a little askew for like an air hole. Let's even give the lid a little couple air holes. I'm like breaching a couple little air holes off the lid, just so it like has a little room to breathe. Okay. Let's try it. And we're gonna turn, oh wait, we gotta turn the lights like fully off on this so we can just be seeing the candles and see how well they glow. I put it out too early. Let's see if it's too close to the lid. We need like okay, I need to cut this candle even shorter. Let's turn the lights back up. I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm gonna try and make like the smallest candle ever. Oh man. Okay, this would be the smallest. Okay, no, the wick separated, but that's the lightable part of the wick. Okay, I can do this. We can reform this candle. We're gonna like make a little candle inside here. Okay, there's an off chance this works. Oh my god, it's working for a moment. We need to feed it more wax, though. It needs more wax to breathe. Okay, no, I need to give it more wax without extinguishing the wick. It was like a tiny wick I got in there. Okay, we can make this work. Because I want the smallest candle ever in there so that I can shut the lid. Okay, I built a candle. It's like crumbs of wax and a wick. Now let's see. Come on, steal it, steal it, steal it. No! It didn't work for some reason. It was because I built the candle. We need a tiny candle. Where's the tiny, like, flat one? I must have a flat one somewhere. So, let me see. Where's my phone that I can use as an actual flashlight? I know I have a candle that'll work. This worked at my friend's house. I put a persimmon lantern on their porch, and I shut its head, and it was going, going, going. I don't see a tiny candle. We're gonna have to try one more time with this weird thing. Okay, we should be quiet. It's past 10. Shorten the candle. We're gonna try this. I don't know if this will work as a wick part, but... Okay. So far, so good. But let's see. Okay. Oh, come on. It needs more air. Okay, here's what we have to do. I need to break more air holes. There. Oh, yeah. I gave it an air hole. And now look. It works. So now I'm going to turn the lights all down. Now, if we had put 2 candles in there, which could have fit if we had mini ones, it would be glowing even brighter. There's a persimmon. That's so cool. You could do this any time of year. Well, no, actually you can't. Persimmons are one of the few fruits that also only grows in fall here. Dang it. But you can do this with some sort of fruit any sort of year. You could do this with a pumpkin. And we were trying to cut an apple, but it wasn't working very well, which is why I thought we might resort to the lemon. Now, taking a look at things, people are wondering if my t-shirt's the thing with the pattern of 12481631. I love that pattern, but no, this shirt is not. It is just a random cat made of strange constellation-like dots, and I don't know, I just got it from my brother long ago as a hand-me-up because he's younger but cares more about fashion, so I don't really care about clothes, so I'll get his extra one sometimes. And this one fits very well, so I wear it a lot. And people think it's something very important and special, but I just wear it a lot because it fits well. Now, lots of interesting, cool comments. I'm smelling a funny I'm smelling this burning. It's funny. I'm smelling I'm like, what am I smelling? That's weird. I'm smelling burnt persimmon. Because look, let me turn the light up again. The inside of this is getting burnt on the hat. The hat's close enough that it gets a little scorched. Let's leave the hat off for a minute. We don't need to fully burn the hat until it dies, but there's a little smiley guy. People advocate for philosophy videos. There will be many philosophy videos, and there's a large philosophical section in one of the next videos. I won't spoil the exact topic, or I'll spoil the vague topic because it, often the vague topic is hinted at in titles or thumbnails anyway, which is that one of the upcoming episodes, either the next one or one after that, will be about inverses and opposites in mathematics and in philosophy. What does it mean to be the opposite of something? So, let's look at that. Now, lots of fun thoughts and comments, and let me try a strange little experiment here, which is, I don't know if it'll work. The apple didn't work very well. We could retry an apple later if we want. But the lemon has a surprisingly thick skin that, although it sounds absurd that a lemon would work as a jack-o'-lantern, we're going to give it a shot. Okay, so we got that off. That worked well. Let's now cut this guy shorter. That's hard to cut. The stem is right there. It's not wanting to cut that. Okay, yeah, it does not want to cut that part because of the stem or something. Cut it a little less short then. Ow! Damn it. I told you don't cut toward the hands, so don't copy me. You don't want to accidentally jab yourself. Okay. That takes care of the top. Oh, damn it. I am bleeding a little bit. I did cut myself enough to bleed a little. Okay, the lemon getting in that will not help super well. Let me just run inside and rinse my hand off. I don't think I need a bandage or anything, but there's a little bit of blood there. So I'm just going to run inside and rinse my hand off real quick, and then I'll continue cutting the lemon and try and avoid that finger. It's not like a bad cut or anything, but I should wash it off just to get all the lemon stuff out of it. So I'll be back in a moment. I'm sorry, folks, but I do have to follow the very strict combo class rule, which is blowing out all of our friends temporarily as long as I run. Because we did it last time and we did it, let's hear the new beat now, or another new beat. Let's throw a different one of my beats on while I run and do this, because that was fun last time to hear a random beat of mine. Maybe it was fun for some people to hear a random beat of mine. Let's hear another beat that, when someone said grade -1 theme, this is more what I thought of, because this is one of the themes that I used right near the beginning of grade -1. It's very short, so I'm putting another one after, but these are two of the themes that I used a lot in grade -1 that were beats I did create. I'll be back in a second. Okay, folks, that was another little beat intermission while I had to wash off a cut I had on my hand. Now, I'm going to try and avoid this finger as much as possible because while it's a small cut, I'm kind of doing the worst possible activity to do with a small cut, handling a lemon. That stings when you get it in a cut, but we will deal with a little stinging if it comes our way. Now, where'd my spoon go? Let's start with a little carving. Let's carve a little bit of this center lemon out. Oop, don't want to go too far. Actually, yeah, the spoon is going to be better here. Can't get lemon juice on the computer either. For the spoon, where'd that go? Where the heck did my spoon go? It can't be that. Here it is. So, let's carve out the center of this lemon. Now, a comment I didn't answer about, did I dress up for Halloween? I didn't really this year. I like to dress up other years, and I didn't really plan a costume this year. I went to 2 events, a small thing with my friends yesterday on Real Halloween, and a bigger thing over the... Oh, this looks good. This is pure lemon juice. I'm going to try and drink it. Very tart, very good. Now, I did not dress up as much, but it was a costume party. In fact, my friend who threw it, she put on the invitation, costumes mandatory, as somewhat a joke and somewhat a threat to get people to actually respect the fun of Halloween. I didn't have time for a big costume, so I wore my lab coat, made my hair crazier than usual, and decided I just look like a mad scientist. That's close enough. I have a burnt lab coat with all these stains on it. It went through the wash, as usual, but it still has ink stains no matter how many times I wash it. You should see the grade -1 lab coat if you think the grade -2 one's bad already. And so I wore the grade -2 lab coat and messed up my hair more, but my hair's already usually messy, so I realized as I was going into the party, I'm like, I'm just looking like myself. Although I'm going as a mad scientist for people who don't know me, I just look like myself to all the people who do know me. And so a lot of people, who was funny, would ask, oh, what are you dressed at? Or like, yeah, what are you dressed as today? Or whatever. And I would go, oh, I'm a mad scientist. I forgot to wear a costume, though. So, kind of a hint that it's a costume if you don't know me, that if I just wear my lab coat and look like I currently look with my crazy beard and hair. I have not cut the beard and hair since the grade -1 finale, somewhat as an experiment, but I figure my experiment might conclude that I should not grow up my hair and beard for an entire grade non-stop, because it's going to get too long if this is where we're at after like half a grade. I need to trim this thing at some point. So we'll do a hair cutting tutorial for some stream or something. Not like my old hair cutting tutorial. That one might be too extreme to re-put on YouTube. They might get mad at my channel. Not if I ever do anything offensive. It's if I ever say that I can't show you footage because YouTube would get mad at my channel. It's not because I said an offensive word or anything. It's probably because I do something that they would deem as dangerous. Or, something illegal, possibly. You never know. Now, I've got this lemon pretty well carved. There was sort of a soft spot on this end that's making this an easier to breach point. So we're not going to carve that end. We're going to carve... Ow! I really should be avoiding this finger. Ow. Yeah, it's just a small cut, but... when you get the lemon in it, jeez. Okay. Now, gotta get some of these out. Now, I'm gonna try and carve this side. Because, after we get as much stuff out as we can. Because that side has an easier to breach point where... Oh, I almost breached it. an easier to breach point where there was like a soft spot on the lemon. So on this side, let's try and make some eyes. We can make these a little bigger than the last one, so we'll cut them a little bit. We'll cut a little circle for our eye. Oh, and I forgot to relight our lanterns. Well, this one's really hard to relight. This one's hard to light as well. And we'll light our persimmon lantern we made earlier in the stream. Its lid did not work. The lid... Well, actually, no, it did work. We'll put the lid on temporarily. Then I started smelling burnt persimmon, so I took it off. But we'll put the lid on just for a moment, just to show that its lid does work. Look at that cute little fellow. Oh, I put him out. That was ironic. Okay, you are not going to have your lid, and then you get to be on. Shout out to that really loud train in the background. It's always fun. It's always fun when I'm trying to film a main episode and that's happening. Do you know how much longer my film sessions take because of that? That train adds like 5% time to my film sessions. Because I have to just like pause, like when me and Carlo, my main camera guy, are working out here on a main episode and the train comes, we're just like, okay, let's just clean up stuff around here for a minute. We can't film for a minute. Okay, I think that's gonna work as one of our eyes. Now, of course, like I said, we're just making very simplified smiley faces to test this technique. But I would love to see if anyone manages to make their own lanterns out of strange fruits that they'd like to share. Put it on like the Combo Class Discord, which I'm going to try and start checking more often, or on the Combo Class subreddit, which I'm also going to start trying to check more often. Okay. Got our eyes. Okay, we can make them a little bigger because they're like kind of far apart and small. We'll make them a little bigger. Okay, I widened them enough that now they're kind of close and big, but that'll work. Now we're going to give it a smile, and I'm going to put it, again, quite high, because we want the candle to be able to shine through to it. Oh, let's give it a tooth or two. No. Okay, the tooth messed everything up last time. We're going to go simple for now. We'll do a tooth another day. Oh, by the way, I want to point out with my finger I cut, the reason my finger got cut earlier in the stream was because I wasn't following my rule correctly. I told you earlier, cut away from your hand is one of the simplest rules of cooking, and this we can put in the cooking category. is cut away from your hand. And I obviously wasn't following it because I cut my hand. So if you're cutting away from your hand, that will never happen, what happened to me. Okay. Let's see if it works. Now, this is going to be its head. And we're going to see if somehow this works. So, this is just wax. Where's a small candle again? I had a really small one that got embedded in there. Where's another candle I can turn into something? Okay. Maybe this will work. This is like part of a candle. Can we like chip off? Okay, this is coated in lemon. So, can we do this? Get some wick back. Can we get some wick out of here? There we go. I got some wick. Got some wick. This is a miniature candle we just made. Let's try and put it in the lemon and see if it works. Okay, the lemon has all these lemony shards around the side that are not gonna help the flame. They're like all these wet fronds hanging around and stuff, but we'll see. I wonder if this one will even smell good, like smell like a burning lemon. So far, so good. Except that it, okay, there. And where's its hat? This one works even with the hat. That's awesome. Look, a lemon lantern. It's a straight up lemon jack-o'-lantern. That worked really well. Now, to everybody asking comments, you should know I just check the comments every like 20 minutes, so you might already be gone. But to answer a few comments, can I stack the guys? We'll try and stack them in a minute, maybe. We could see how stacking works. I'm not sure about that right now. Are humans a plant? They're not. They're an animal. So, no, humans are animals. Some random funny comments, and Happy Day of the Dead to whoever wished that. It is also, I'm not doing it emphasized right now because of Day of the Dead and post-Halloween, but it is what we could call November Fool's Day as well, because I said we're going to treat each first of the month like a Fool's Day. However, I'm not going to continue that tangent because I see some lemon burning right there. Smells kind of good. Smells interesting, but let's take its lid off because we're just burning. Oh my god, yeah, we are just burning the lid. So, that, okay, that is our one conclusion. If you're going to have a candle in a jack-o'-lantern fruit, it's harder to have a lid without slowly burning the lid because flames go upward. Without the lid, I would say these, and let's light this other fellow too. Good. Okay, that's fine. Ah. Also, what's cool is I chopped one candle into the mini candles that I used in both of these. These are homemade ones today. Our Persimmon lantern and our Lemon lantern. To go alongside a more classic jack-o'-lantern. Oh boy, boy. Look at that whole happy family. Now, that might be pretty much all of our stream today. I think I achieved what I want to achieve right here. But I'll be back with more streams more often, more shorts more often, and bonus videos and such this month. I also am cooking up our next main combo class episodes. Make sure you are tuned into the other combo class channel, because that's where the best, fullest episodes go. Our newest one's been about Connect 4 game theory, and that's doing quite well. So I will catch you folks in another stream and or video and or other content soon. You can also catch me on the Discord, the Patreon, the subreddit, and things like that, which are linked in the description. I love you all so much. Thank you for joining me, and sorry I don't have time to answer what the Fourier series is used for in this stream. This was a post-Halloween stream, and we did what we wanted to do, folks. So, cool. I love you all. Thank you to anyone who watched me have fun building some jack-o'-lanterns. I'll be back to teach you some more stuff quite soon. And I hope you have a wonderful day or night.